Bien, pour cette...
So now we're going to be hearing about a special tool for securing a wireless system to detect everything is connected to wireless systems. So we've got Vincent Dély, Senior Technical Director for EMEA of Nozomi. Over to you, Vincent. Hello, everyone. So my first question so your product's called Guardian Air. That's right. So Nozomi is known in cybersecurity. We are a Swiss company developing sensors in critical industrial environments. So you heard from IoT earlier, and we're in the same type of business. Our solutions are going to monitor all connections to wireless systems so come see us at E16. So what we provide to clients is visibility of their network, everything that's connected to it, incoming and outgoing. So we can say what's the device that's connected, and then we look at the use cases. Is this normal activity, detecting any unusual activity? So we work for all types of industrial environments using automated systems, etc. But so we do need to understand all of their protocols, and this can be the energy, industry, sectors, hospitals, and we have the only sensor currently which has obtained CSPN certification. So tell us about Guardian Air sensor. Okay. Well, so let's go straight to Guardian Air. So this product is just being launched, available in April, and the idea is to cover wireless installations of our clients. So this is a wireless monitoring system covering a broad range of protocols. So it's, not just Wi-Fi. So we've got the LoRa long distance, the IEEE with a number of protocols, Wi-Fi, 3G, 4G, Bluetooth. And what's specific here is that it can identify all of the networks present in a given environment and what's connected to each network. And it's all in real time, exactly. It's going to detect everything continuously. And we are currently developing with our clients sets of scenarios. So, for example, if there are 4 in the area, we can start doing the triangulation and do the geopositioning. So this can be surveillance of a certain perimeter. It can help identify where people might be located, particularly in the case of an incident, if there's any intruders. So, for example, a 4G, shadow IT, intrusions as well. So you're also, so what's the connection with IoT? Well, what's interesting, and I've got a prototype at the stand, something that we've been using for a while, when you discover to what extent we underestimate connected objects. Just sitting in my office, for example, at rush hour, it was because connected cars driving by my office building. Okay, Porsche, BMW, they have, their onboard systems. So that was a big surprise to me. And so you can detect an awful lot. Okay, so let's have a technical close-up. I thought I had added another slide. Oh well. So in terms of the use cases, this also offers the ability to monitor the wireless system. So there's bluejacking, for example, misuse of Wi-Fi, others using antennas, and they might try to disguise themselves as GSM antennas. And so those can be detected by Guardian Air, so that our clients will understand that all of these types of things can be present within their perimeter. So we're continuing to work with our clients to develop scenarios. So yes, so it's a bit different from the man-in-the-middle idea, but similar. So because there can be attempts to access the Wi-Fi, and we can detect the presence of drones. If somebody is having a flyover of a drone, that's the type of thing that we can detect. So yes, that's definitely. So we're trying to secure the wireless network to identify the any attempted attacks, and also offer us a physical protection of a perimeter as well. So for example, if there's an industrial disaster, we can have the last known position of a person working for the company who is on the site if we need to go look for them, so long as they have their badge, their identified badge. Okay, so it's not just for cyber attacks. That's right. There's a lot of operational advantages to such a tool. They can audit their systems, so it's like a diagnosis tool. I visited a motorcycle plant, manufacturing plant, where they were, from A to Z putting together the motorcycles. And what was interesting to see was that in this factory they had their spare parts, with all of the parts necessary, and there were people who were doing sub-assemblies for the motorcycles. And so for the motor, for example, one person might be putting together. So there was this assembly circle, in fact, not a line. They would run about 40 minutes, and there were 40 minutes to put together the motor. So to automate as much as possible, there were certain tools that were configured, and they were using Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And so when the assembly person, maybe has, a certain number of screws for the carter. And so once the number of screws have been, they have been put in place, then the line moves on. So it can detect the status, the advancement of the assembly. But we can imagine interference that could shut down such a highly automated setup. And technically, how does it work? Okay, we all know that Bluetooth isn't super reliable. Okay, so this is a passive sensor. And in fact, so it's got all of the different antenna to pick up all of these ranges of frequencies. And so it's listening. It's called the promiscuous, meaning that it can listen in to everything going on. When I say listen, it's just about the activity, that knowing that this piece of equipment is talking with that another piece of equipment. And so there's an analysis of this flow. Okay, so this is identifying where the flows are, and maybe taking a closer look if anything becomes out of the ordinary. Now, the Wi-Fi is 2 dimensions, so there's the wireless side, but then there's an information that then flows down to a wired system. So we have our standard Guardian product, whereas Guardian Air is monitoring the Wi-Fi side. So we can see the 2 dimensions in the flows of communications, so between the wireless and the wired side. So on the wireless side, what is connecting to these terminals? And right now, there's no similar product. So this is a great innovation for us. And some of the first feedback we're getting is that, that clients are beginning to become concerned about all of these networks and unidentified connections. So who can use this? Well, any business. So the sensors pick up the information where they're located, and it's going to extract the data, metadata, will then be stored on a system to be exploited and analyzed. So then we're talking a lot about AI these days, and so all of this information goes to the platform, the SaaS platform, and from there we can give meaning to all of that information that's been collected so that it can be interpreted by someone who's not necessarily a specialist. So it has to be in a presentable form to draw the client's attention to any potential problems. And this is all part of the Guardian Air? Yes, that's all part of it. The supervising platform is the service. It's the platform service because we have all of our calculation power on this, and we have our own chat GPT. So just beyond the technical aspects, it allows interaction with the tool in a human language so that we can query it in natural language. So it can also detect any equipment failures. Well, some of our clients will do a breakdown analysis as well if there was a shutdown or instability. Sometimes it's not always easy to detect that, but the sensors can tell them technically if there was some problem in the communication. And we have diagnosed some of the breakdowns that would have been much harder for the client to do without this system. So there's a very interesting solutions on the factory floor and in terms of cybersecurity. So we can also, give up-to-the-minute reports and logging to see what the situation is, and so that we can go back to see what was the situation just before a shutdown, a breakdown, and to see what had changed. So it's all to do with giving the client visibility of everything going on. So just a story. So I'm a pilot in my spare time, and we like to fly up into the clouds. But, if you haven't been trained, you could very quickly be in difficulty if you haven't been trained to do that. So that's just a story to tell you that you feel you could quickly find yourself in the clouds and not know how to fly anymore. Okay, well, have a good flight. All right, thank you, everyone.